Hello, my good friends of CCA Alberta. My name is Miguel Cortines. I'm the President and Executive Director of the Canadian Council for the Americas Alberta. And today we hosted our event, Que Pasa in Mexico. This is part of the Que Pasa series event. We are targeting this year Mexico, Colombia, Argentina, and Brazil. And basically we are trying to understand more what is happening in these markets. We have a great presentation today, great speakers. You are going to see in this video as well some of the perspectives that they have about the markets. And we invite you basically to support this activity and to learn more about what is happening in Latin America. There is a lot of opportunities for Alberta companies to Canadian companies to explore Latin America as a market opportunity and create also more business, more trade attraction. We are trying to promote also investment attraction to the province of Alberta. And yeah, CCA is here to help to promote business, investment, and opportunities. And thank you very much for supporting the CCA, and hope to see you soon.
Good afternoon, everyone. First, I would like to thank the Canadian Council for the Americas, Alberta, for the invitation and for the opportunity to say a few words. The CCA Alberta has, as Miguel, as you mentioned, has played an important role over the past 25 plus years, almost 30, in connecting Alberta companies with businesses in Latin America and the Caribbean. Events like the Que Pasa in Latin America really provide some in-depth market intelligence and some excellent networking opportunities for Alberta companies interested in this region.
For 2020, CCA Alberta is working on the Que Pasa in Mexico today, Brazil, Colombia, and Argentina in the first semester of this year.
We cannot talk of what's going on in Mexico right now if we don't understand at least the short past of what happened in Mexico a few years back that allow us to offer as a country what we have right now.
Mexico is, as you know, Alberta's third largest export partner, and in 2018, Alberta's export to Mexico is valued at $1.2 billion.
We need to understand what is going on with the current government, right? On one side, it's listening to the private investors and the private sector, and it says, yeah, let's do that. But on the other side, it's hearing all of the supporters saying, everything needs to be controlled by the government. Let's not leave it in the other hands. So it's dealing with a very difficult situation to be politically correct, but also knowing that the only way is to work private and government together. So that is why you see the mixed messages.
Maybe I'll start just by saying effectively that there's a lot of negative noise coming out of Mexico. And the whole point of what I want to say is that despite all of this negative noise, some of it traditionally, it happens when you have a changing government, especially a changing government as radical as what you've just had. Despite all of this negative noise, A, not much has changed, and B, Mexico is still full of opportunities and a very attractive place to do business.
With the newly negotiated Canada, US, Mexico agreement, I'm sure that there will be new opportunities, exciting opportunities opened in the trade and investment space between Mexico and Canada.
I think it's, and probably here in Canada, it's easier to explain. It is not the same to do an energy project in British Columbia or Northern Alberta as it is to do something in Quebec. It's not very different in Mexico. Every single project in every specific location will have its own set of conditions, whether it's security, whether it's communities, whether it's ejidos. Every little project has its own challenges and its own opportunities, and thinking about it from a centralized federal level will probably get you into trouble, so it's better to understand what the specifics of the projects are. Important thing to do now in Mexico more than ever, it's to do a political power map for a specific sector.
It's really a massive investment. We have never experienced the level of investment, especially in shallow and deep water, as the one we are seeing now. Mexico is, as you know, the most explored area, both in shallow and in deep water. So we are starting to see, the rigs going there, upon the discoveries by different companies, for instance, the Hochis, the Ennis, and so on. We are starting to see that development of infrastructure, FPSOs, semi-submersible rigs, jackups, and so on. And on all that is really booming, not only in shallow waters, but it's starting to happen also in deep water.
It is our experience that a successful business is based on relationships. And that means you. It is our experience with a partner that you need to be present. Not just at one thing, not just at 2 conferences. We went to Mexico every month for almost a year before we made any headway. It's not hard to get a meeting in Mexico. It is a little more difficult to get a meeting with the right person. Mexicanos have a great sense of humor. They will tell you, yes, no problem. You will have a meeting, and you will. But it will be with the janitor.
The 2 countries enjoy a very dynamic relationship that's with strong support from the government of Alberta, but also with strong support from organizations like CCA.